Okay, so I am not a tech guy by any stretch of the imagination. This is just a gamer's perspective, but I highly underestimated the graphical leap that they're making here. It's not like, I mean, it's generational for sure. Okay, let's just get to it. Fuck it. So the metal, like the quality of how the metal looks. That's probably one of the biggest things that I've noticed. The water's okay. I mean, the water looks nice. But it's the fabrics and the materials on gear, which is, I mean, that's mostly what you're paying attention to most of the time, right? You know, with your glam. But, and the foliage right here. The foliage and the textures on gear material. Metal and cloth. And then the foliage. I don't know which one takes first. And then the third would be the shadows. The shadowing is a lot better. Facial expressions, yeah, they're okay. Nothing crazy. Underwater doesn't look so great because you're not getting as much shadows underwater. But here, like, just the amount of shadows, it's not just this, like, ocean of just random shadows. Like, it looks like each shadow is individually being cast. And that's huge. Right? And the stuff on screen. There's just more shit on screen. The more stuff you have on screen, the more real it feels. Because reality is cluttery. That's the problem with a lot of dungeons in Final Fantasy. Is there's just not a lot of clutter. And it's too clean. And when reality is too clean, it doesn't feel... I should turn down this music a little bit. It just doesn't feel as real. Right? The effects, too. The effects are pretty huge. I really like... Yeah, those effects are cool. And they're obviously showing it off with this right now. Just trying to get as many classes in there. But I can see the difference. Like, you'll see later on when the Reaper casts Communio. Like, you can actually see it's a different spell, it looks like, almost. But even the textures on this fucking snake thing. Like, those... That actually looks like hard snakeskin. Yeah, those effects are... Those are sexy. The vibrancy of the colors. And the little slash effects. Animations, I've always loved Final Fantasy animations. I think they do a great job with animations. So I don't think that, you know, that was ever a weakness. I think the weakness of Final Fantasy was textures on gear and foliage. But that you know, the draw distance here kind of looks faded, you know, not super detailed. I might have not had a setting on there. Also, if you're not watching this in 4K, I uploaded it on 4K for a reason. Oh, this fucking red outfit this little fucker has right here. And oh, look at the sword on the Dark Knight. Like, that shit is gnarly good. But that red suit in the bottom left, whatever he's wearing, that's probably the best example of, like, the vibrancy of the colors and the material now. Absolutely great. And the metal. I can't get enough of the metal. It's real fucking metal. That was like a triple entendre. It's like metal, like, metal, and then like metal, it's literally metal. And then it's metal. Anyways, the cloth, right? Just looking great. Llama Badonkadonk looks great. Animation's always been good in Final Fantasy. But yeah, dude, you gotta have 4K. I mean, this game's been out 10 years, all right? 4K is pretty standard now. Just get yourself a... You can get decent 4K screens for a couple $100, you know, and, you know, just get a 3060, 3070, even a 4060, 4070, you know, not too expensive. And you can at least have some low-grade 4K. I would highly recommend it, because if you're not on 4K right now, you're missing out. I know I'm kind of spoiled here with the 4090 and a 14900K. So I'm going to, like, max out this benchmark. So, you know. I understand if you're on a lower system, but if you can get on 4K, I highly recommend it. You got a couple months. Save out somebody. Look at this Communio. That's the best example of the fucking effects that I've seen. Is the Communio. Because when you normally cast that spell, it just looks like a bunch of fucking shadowed shit. That actually looked like shadow crystals popping out of the ground. Yeah, the effects. So materials and foliage. top two. Shadows, I'd say, is the third best thing. And then effects being the fourth. And then everything else is okay. Facial expressions are alright. You know, facial details. It's definitely noticeable, but not as extreme. But yeah, right here, just all the gear. Looks great. Looks fantastic. Great job, Square Enix. I'm impressed. I'm impressed. I wasn't impressed when I first saw the screens, like, a year ago, whenever they started showing it, but it looks fucking good now, so. Good shit, yoshi-p. Alrighty. I shall go. Bye-bye.